how they arrange things. Here we go. No good luck from Dooi. He doesn't want his opponent to have any luck. Just have fun while I beat you.
That's right.
Round 1, fight.
I like that.
All right, so Dooi spawning
Both
at
going
rocket
with Nyx
launcher.
right off the back.
It's not a bad place to be. I mean, he can at least look over at armor, making sure that his opponent's not going to be getting too close to him, and immediately goes in for that, that spectacle on the Ghost Walk, and ends up getting an armor out of it. So not too bad there.
Yeah, good play by Dooi. Because Chance, I believe he tried to pop his, he popped his Ghost Walk. So I was watching Dewey's perspective. He heard the portal. So even though he was invisible, he had some rockets waiting for him when he came out of Ghost Walk. So it was a smart play.
All right, and so far it's paying off for him, at least in terms of the item grabs. I mean, when it's Nyx on Nyx, a little that can go a long way, especially with rails like that. Nice shot out of Dooi, fading out through the teleporter. And Chance isn't even showing up there. Doesn't want to take the... Well, all right. It's 2017. It's a new game. It's a new cup. I have to say, he didn't want to take the chance. There, I've got it out of the way. We're good now. All right, but Dooi still doing a bulk of the damage here, but coming down through LG is always kind of a risky way to start off the fight as they trade rails? Whales, actually. You know, save the whales. But we've got Dooi taking a lot here, stacking back up on the one armor using that Ghost Walk. Not offensively, not defensively, just making sure that he's going to get a safe item.
Little miscalculation by Dooi there. I thought he took a bad route after that initial exchange of rails. Could have really been here for that heavy armor. So now Chance is back in control, in my opinion, due to a poor route decision by Dooi there. Good play and good rail by Chance, and he recognized that Dooi didn't have position on that heavy armor anymore. So now he's got the mega. He is now the cat. Yep.
But that's a role that when it's Nyx v Nyx can trade very, very quickly. It's a very low TTK for both of these guys. Oh, geez, and there's a direct rocket.
Just like
I mean, that is, yep, there it is. That's plenty of reason. And that's when you have both Nyxes go. That's actually a little bit unusual. Usually, you have the second Nyx go Ghost Walk after the first one pops out, but he didn't even want to take that chance, that risk. He didn't want to have like a rocket immediately there. Yeah, wanted to make sure it was safe.
I mean, Dooi hit him with that rocket, and I think he didn't realize Chance didn't go for heavy armor right away. He could have got that heavy armor. He let Chance have that a little bit. It's a good ambush there.
And now that he's caught over there, oh, geez, again, Dooi, just really precise usage of the Ghost Walk. Gets him bounced up against the teleporter, doesn't let him through, and just shuts him down. So that's one Nyx down. It's going to be Anarchy back on the map now. As items are coming up, oh,
gotta
damn,
be careful.
Dooi down to 7 health. Needs to get back out of there. As you can hear, Chance coming his way.
You need to back off for Dooi right now. He had 7 health out of that exchange.
Oh my god. And with, you know, just barely any health, still getting 66 damage off of a rocket, and even 31 off of a fadeaway one like that. This is really ballsy by just staying here. And he didn't see him. Will this last rocket find him? Yeah, if he didn't fire a rocket, I think he might have actually been able to get out of there alive. But nope, that's going to even the tables here as it's now Ranger v Anarchy.
Good recovery by Chance. Coming in, flying with that Anarchy. Little careless Dooi, you know. Seen some players do it when you know, they get that first frag. They kind of let off the gas a little bit, you know, thinking they got a free, you know, 3 seconds to do whatever they want.
Yeah.
And you got to be careful with that attitude.
He's waiting there on the corner, and Chance, he's played this game before. He knows what's up. And Dooi has just been shut down. It's only Anarchy left alive for Dooi now. And Chance doesn't exactly have a great stack here. He can recover health, and he's already got major armor, but he wants to see if he can get a little bit more out of this fight first.
A good play by Chance right now.
Yeah, Dooi actually left the Mega wide open. Yeah, that was really messy on both of their parts. I mean, Dooi went really wide to come back into the Mega.
Nice rail.
As Chance he's running for himself, and that armor comes up just in time to save him from another potential rail. He's looking for the play through the teleport. He's going to push him on through as Dewey's trying to recover in the blood.
Good aggression there by Chance. He knew Dooi was hiding down there. He didn't have any stack. I mean, you're going to sit there, you know, and it delays a little bit, so now he has that Mega clean.
He's going to hear it down the staircase. Nice little bit of spam there from Dooi, but it's going to be Chance getting the key on where Dooi is. And Dooi didn't move either. He was kind of hanging out on the top of the stairs. So that's going to be a relatively fast first round going over to Chance.
Prepare to fight.
Yeah, it started off interesting. Dooi made some tactical errors. Chance jumped back in control and really put some pressure on Dooi, and he couldn't recover. Nice rockets there at the end by Chance. The placement was just excellent.
Yeah. All right, so fairly standard start there, at least as far as power-ups go. But we're not going to be seeing a lot of weapons out of Dooi right off the bat. He's going to have to go pretty wide to get that rocket launcher. And I think at this point, anytime Chance gets an inkling of where Dewey's kind of set up, he's able to put the pressure on him pretty effectively. So coming through the teleport himself, we're not seeing Dooi throw off any spam there. He's actually coming back into the armor room, and Chance finds him and oh my god, using the little banister there, or the banister, to avoid the rocket damage. Really well played, and 2 solid rails means that Chance will not only be getting the first, but second frag this round.
Yeah, he's came off the pad there and spawn pad and just went, right for the rocket, jumping down. Just again, this is where I think some of this tournament experience is really coming into play.
There's the LG float, and it's going to be a mutual
great
frag.
shot.
Great shot, but it's just a party favor out of Dooi. So another round goes over to Chance.
Prepare to
Yeah,
fight.
solid play by Chance. Some errors by Dooi.
Round begins
Chance is a solid player,
3,
and he's landing some really good rockets right
1.
now. Chance is on top of everything.
Fight.
As we come back into it, they're both
He
starting
had some pretty good
again.
rails too. But
It's actually the same startup, I think. Just a little bit of a different setup on the champions. And you can hear the jumps down below, down towards Mega. He's actually trying to see if he's going to come up that jump pad, but that armor sound is going to scare him off towards rocket launcher. He must think he's up by the catwalk or on the staircase, but he's neither. A couple more seconds and he might have actually been right there. But he doesn't have a rocket launcher either, so he was really banking on everything with the shotgun.
the efficiency of Dewey's doing really good with the rocket launcher, actually, with the damage he's hitting. But
What game is this? All right. I don't know why Chance was standing there. Here on Blood Run. First map here in the series, of course. All right. And we'll be having
both these guys,
Yeah.
when they're landing, I'm looking at the stats. You know, when both these guys are landing some punishing rockets on average. They're both averaging about 50 damage per rocket landed. So that means they're landing some heavy stuff here and there.
Stopwatch.
All right, so nothing really decisive from Dooi or Chance just yet here, but Chance being down a champ doesn't really help going into the latter half of this round. Then again, it's still a Nyx, then you just have to catch her at the right moment. And wow, Dewey's just waiting so long for this, and he is rewarded for it. He gets 90 damage off of that rocket, and a good follow-up as Chance is just trying to push in on this Mega, thinking that after a rocket like that, he can just barrel into it. I mean, he has the adrenaline, he can still recover at will, but that is just so much damage that Dooi did after sitting literally in one spot for a good 10 seconds. That's crazy. And there's the Ghost Walk play. The shotgun doesn't quite get the love that it needs to, only 6 damage there. And that does happen from time to time. It's a great shotgun, but maybe not the most trustworthy.
Yeah, you got to make sure you hit people with all those little pellets. Probably could have came out flying with the rocket launcher, would have been more advised. Again, kind of this reversal of fortune here. Chance now has control. A little bit of a tactical error by Dooi in terms of his route decisions, or use a little work.
Dewey's still a little bit on tilt here. He has a nice rocket. Doesn't connect, but reminds Chance that he won't be pushing in on him for free here. Dewey's expecting a yellow armor to be right behind him, or right below him, but nope, wrong game, dude. He's looking for the rail. I mean, how many times has Dooi just managed to get completely behind Chance and take him utterly by surprise? I mean, say what you will about his plus back and his camping. The ability to do that against a player like Chance is pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, he's getting off some shots. It's not gonna. It's pretty good right now. I mean, he's just gonna back off and play defensive. Good push by Chance. He's gonna come right back at him right now.
Jeez.
Oh,
and another.
Wow.
I mean, for that room, that was a clean play.
that was Dooi just kind of went for it there instead of
Yeah.
if I'm gonna die, you're gonna die with me, and he walked out of there alive.
And there's the
He's
225s.
got to be careful you're camping too much.
I like that, though. I mean, he waited before taking the 225s. He wanted to make sure it wouldn't give his position away. But he's back up to 75 and 50. Natural stack for Nyx. and his plus back rockets are so effective here. Jeez.
Yeah, you got to run him into it. I mean, Chance is the one who has to make the play, so.
He's going utterly silent as well. Chance has walked on by him without noticing he's up there. I mean, it's 4 seconds to it, and it's going to work. He's like, all right, fine, let's just take a victory lap on the Ghost Walk. There we have it. But that gets him on in a really cheeky way. It gets him onto the board,
Prepare
but
to
man,
fight.
it's going to be a frustrating fight for Chance if that keeps happening.
Round begins in
Yeah, got a little
one.
unfortunate little bounces here and there, especially that last one when he's pushing in for the kill to tie it. You know, Dooi was really low. He just kind of popped up with a rocket, and it was fortunate to live himself.
All right, Dooi making that Ghost Walk to secure the grab of the armor. Always a little bit of a risky play because if your opponent, you know, has seen a game or two before, he's not going to be all that eager to let you have it. But still Nix on Nix here. Dooi with the slight advantage. Neither player really sure of where the other is as they're both going pretty quiet. Well, Chance has let himself be known there at Mega. Doi's looking for the rocket. Doesn't get a connection on that one. 5 seconds to armor, and Dooi doesn't look all that eager to show up for it. He's going to be camping out for it. Chance actually wants to do damage before the armor's taken away, allowing Dooi to Ghost Walk through him, get back through him, and my god, even though we have Chance coming up on the Ghost Walk, it's going to be too late to prevent the grab of the armor. So, really bizarre play, but it's one that Dooi ended up coming out on top of.
Yeah, very, very strange sequence of events there, right? When it seemed like Dooi was playing, you know, a little too passively, Chance overextended and gave him an opportunity to move in and take that armor.
All right, Dooi heard the jump pad. And look at this, Chance just standing on it for a second after taking it. Neither player is eager to get into a committed fight here. They both want to be super paranoid about where their opponent's at. But so far, Dewey's got the sound cues here. There's a good sound cue for Chance as armor's taken away. Especially after that rocket, too. But Chance is just hanging out up there.
Yeah, very curious. At least, I don't know, just trying to drop some damage. Why give him all that stuff for free? I mean, it's a tie game right now. It's anybody's game. So first frag is going to be very pivotal.
But the fact that both of these players have to be incredibly sneaky is setting a really nice tone for the match here. This one, that means it'll take a little while before things come to a conclusion, but every fight's going to be worth it. Dooi going silent here up by rocket launcher. Did he think he needed help?
No, I think he's really trying to wait for that Ghost Walk.
Yeah. So we heard one rocket mid-map. And armor's going to come back up. Dooi saw, or rather heard, the teleporter. It didn't look like he was really ready for it, though. He gets 34 damage off of that rocket. But yeah, standing there, he's going to be open to all sorts of damage. 4 damage on the rocket, all right. So there's Mega and armor taken away by Chance. So now Dooi really has a reason to kind of be defensive here. And once again, Chance just runs right by him, not knowing he's there. There's Dooi going invisible. Looking for a chance to drop down, but, you know, if Chance had stuck around, Dooi might have been in some real trouble. Didn't have anywhere to go.
Yeah. He's, I think his luck's, if he keeps playing with this style of play, his luck's going to run out here. Unless Chance, of course, you know, does him a favor, does something silly. It runs into some rockets, but he's playing really defensively right now with his Nix. He's not getting the most out of being aggressive with it. Oh, it's a good shot there, though.
All right, yeah, and a rocket like that really opens things up, and he's looking for the last little bit of damage. We saw Chance already anticipating that he was going to be right in his face. So Dooi really didn't get a frag out of that, but it came close for both of them.
Expecting, it seems like he plays pretty passive without the ability up, which makes sense, but there's probably some more opportunities, I think, maybe for Dooi sometimes to push.
Nix v Nix usually means that, you know, both abilities are getting used close to the same time, which means you have a lot of these little periods where neither of them has a Ghost Walk and neither of them really wants to commit. All right, might catch him here. Oh, he's actually still invisible. He's going to be behind him. Oh, but he whiffs the rocket, and he's able to go invisible himself. Oh, what a whiffed ambush, and now he's going to be up against the wall, and that rocket has cost him, if not the game, then at least the round.
Oh, that Just he whiffed that first. He had him dead to rights.
Yeah.
He just missed it, and then just what a
That was so
unfortunate
nasty.
turn of events for
Right.
Chance. It's very unfortunate.
So Heavy's going to be up and taken by Chance. Now Dooi, you know that he's going to want to, plus back this thing for the next 20 seconds, but he's not going to have the option.
Follow up.
As Anarchy pulls it together, and we might be seeing a Ranger Anarchy overtime here. Yikes. I mean, neither of them are really eager to go into it. I think they're a little bit fed up with each other now after all of that silent play with Nyx. They want to fight. They want it to happen. I mean, look at this rocket jump from Chance, but it's not going to be happening quickly enough to cause it. But because it's sudden death and not just overtime, I mean, Chance, if he wants to, he can keep this aggression going, hoping to kind of carry over on Dooi. But as we've seen from Dooi before, his Ranger play with the Dire Orb is nothing to laugh at.
Yeah, well, don't get telefragged. I mean,
Yeah, that would be a start.
That's something
Yep.
you gotta. That's something you gotta worry about. So, but Chance is in great shape right now.
10. Stopwatch.
All right, so Chance should have a really nice advantage at this point, at least in terms of stack. Let's see how long it lasts. Oh, he's down there by the teleporter. He's going to be throwing down a little bit of spam. And Dewey's more than happy. Dewey's not an anxious person. He's willing to walk around a corner
No,
and
he's
go,
trying to.
"You still out there? Yeah? All right." So Chance is tired of him wasting his time. He's going to come around and be ready for this Mega. Dewey is literally walking to the Mega. Oh, he's here. He's not going to be able to do anything about the pickup, though. He's just going to get information and then leave. But leave to what? Is it going to be heavy armor? He's not in position for it. He can, like, maybe rocket jump up to it. Teleporter would be weird right now. Now he's going up the stairs.
Yeah, you can tell he just doesn't want to give up anything.
Jeez. Yeah, neither of them do. But look at this. Dewey's still being incredibly quiet. And losing track of where your opponent's out on Blood Run can have disastrous consequences. Because in the meantime, you're throwing down spam. You're being really loud around the map. Oh, you heard the Anarchy, though. Whisk the rail.
Yeah, but he's giving up the entire map. Chance just has
Yeah.
his run, but yeah, it could get Chance. Chance just got to be careful right now, not to get too lazy and comfortable running back and forth and thinking, all of a sudden he could pop out of nowhere. So
I mean, we've seen Dewey do it
just be
before,
aware.
where he gets completely behind Chance, and even when Chance gets behind Dewey, it didn't quite go his way, which is tragic, really. All right. But yeah, you're right. I mean, Chance is getting a lot of these items largely for free. We do have an armor going to Dewey, however.
Yeah, that was big for Dewey to get that heavy. 'Cause, he's got the advantage in terms of stack. If he lands a good first hit, Chance is gonna be in trouble.
Nice. All right, so a little bit of plus forward for the armor there. Especially worthwhile, knowing that you can recover on a Mega and your opponent's already down by the teleporter. It's quote-unquote safe. Like, you can take the rail but still come out on top of that exchange. A rail.
Yeah, missed opportunity there for Dewey. He set up the ambush, didn't connect.
Yeah.
Get some damage there, though.
All right, 3 minutes into overtime here as armor's coming back up in a second. The spam is going to tell Dewey where Chance is at. But once again, he could just convert directly from armor to Mega. So until Dewey does something about that, he's not going to be getting any items for free.
Yeah, some missed opportunity. Again, I know he was spamming, but Dewey's got to keep track of, what his possible stack is. He was just sitting there at 50 health, so maybe if he took a different angle or got there quickly, he's got some missed opportunities, I think, because he's playing a little too passive in spots, walking around, which is good. And I understand what he's doing. He's listening and trying to get cues. But at some point, you're going to have to make a play.
Yeah. And, the proof of that is only borne out when, Dewey actually manages to get some good spam damage off of him. But so far, he's not looking too eager to do that either. All right, so Dewey's going to be a little bit louder here. Like, damage-wise, I'm pretty sure Dewey's looking for that telefrag. Like, he's been waiting by teleporter exits, he's been waiting around corners, not committing when his opponent is just going right by him. He's looking for that Dire Orb play. He knows that it can be a complete blitzkrieg if it works out for him.
Stopwatch.
And normally I wouldn't say that somebody's just trying to use their ability, but I think in Dewey's case, it's kind of accurate. Yeah, look at this.
Well,
He's
he
like,
only
all right,
needs,
come up
like,
the stairs. I got some nice orbs for you.
Just needs one good combo is all he needs.
Yeah.
Anarchy's dead. So.
I mean, this is sort of round or map point for Dooi here. He needs to not lose out this Ranger. All right, he sees that armor's up, and this is where Chance starts to bait things out a little bit more. This is where, you know, both players are going to be looking at an item, and they're like, all right, I don't need the item, so go get it. And the other guy's like, well, I'm going to hurt if I try to get the item.
Chance knows this is a trap.
Yeah. Oh, but the trap goes wide.
just
That
too-
rocket just doesn't not connect.
A little too transparent. You know, where have you been, and why is this armor just sitting there?
Yeah.
So, a chance, some of that experience coming into play there. You recognize that.
If you can't see that, that's a trap. I don't know. You don't need. I hope you don't need a lot of experience to see that. All right, but Chance is trying to push it forward a little bit here, and he's got a couple solid rockets so far. Looking for the rail, whiffs it, and he can be punished for that. There's the adrenaline to get him out of the fight, and as the dust settles, this might turn into things kind of resetting. That was a huge chance that Chance took, and it didn't go his way. I mean, it almost cost him, but thankfully, Anarchy's got a needle ready to go.
Yeah, he was almost got out of. Was almost unlucky. He almost didn't get out of that good thing. He did, but yeah, he overextended. I think you could clearly see Chance is trying to push the issue, and Dewey's kind of trying to spoil him and run him into some stuff, and that's just like that. Because you know, Dewey knows all it takes is two good rockets, and
Oh my God!
and now he's.
That said, I mean, every time Chance kind of loses his focus for just a second, Dewey's there to punish. The reason why the last few minutes have been so slow is because Chance has been paying attention to everything Dewey's potentially doing. The minute he lets up, Dewey's hurting him. So there's armor taken. Mega's still up and available, but Chance might have lost this one. Or Dewey's going to look for the fight instead. He's like, armor's enough. They're going to lose each other. Oh, but he heard the, was that a rail out?
Yeah, he heard the rail.
Yeah. More damage on the rocket. Jeez. Alright, so that Megas was up for a long, long time, almost an entire item cycle. So if Chance was expecting to find it here, I don't think he was in a position to hear it either. This could be a problem for Chance if he's willing to wait here.
Yeah, he doesn't really have an idea when it's up.
Chance was looking at that teleporter exit sound like it was right next to him, like, what? Oh, okay.
Dewey's got to be willing to push. You know, I know it's a bit of a risk, but you know, with the stack, you got to dive bomb in there and get that anarchy.
All right, so Chance only has Mega and natural armor. Coming through the teleporter, they're going to meet at the catwalk potentially, and Dewey's going to hear it. Chance doesn't know that, though. Dewey knows that he's back in this room. Look, he's just walking. He's like... It's like Jason or something. Are we in Crystal Lake? All right, so Chance is just going to be leaving it at that point. He's taking a clean exit. And as soon as Dewey sees a rocket splash, he goes, nope, not that way. But it's going to be LG on LG here, a nasty fight. I mean, Chance still has adrenaline ready to go. But can he actually catch Dewey here as he makes the teleporter exit? 50 damage is worth it, certainly. But he's able to fade over around the corner just in time. So 12 seconds to Mega. Dewey could actually benefit from that Mega. Is he going to take the bait? Is it going to be bait, or is Chance just going to sit on it? Yeah, okay. He decided it wasn't worth it.
He just does not want to give up that last frag, Dewey.
I mean, I can't blame him entirely. This is the frag that he needs. Just the one. And there's LG on the exits. Chance is going to RJ up for armor, and he's going to have the opportunity to push in on this room as well. And Dewey's still in there. He has not made a hasty escape. He hasn't even really committed to the room. He's still back in the corner. I mean, he's literally cornered, but Chance cannot catch him without being incredibly sneaky. And he can't be fast about it, because that'll mean he'll be loud.
Well, he's respecting Dewey's rockets, and you know he's kind of worried about rushing in there. So, but somebody's got to make a move here. I mean, they're sitting here
making
just at a
moves.
stalemate.
We can't say they're not making moves.
Yeah, they're making moves.
Yeah. It's a lot
But
of...
you can see Dewey's really trying to avoid confrontation right now.
All right, so guys, if you thought that...
And Chance, Chance naturally doesn't want to give it to him. Chance
Right,
doesn't
sure.
want to just run in there, and
Yeah.
but so it's just interesting right now.
There's enough respect here, and there's enough work done by Chance to make it so, yeah, I really want to get this round, want to put this one in the bag. Because otherwise, you might be facing down another round just like this one. And who wants that?
10,
Alright, so is there actually a Guinness World Record for longest Quake match? Because, I'm sure
I don't know.
the QuakeCon 2016 finals were up there. We might be making a mark.
I'm having flashbacks to those 20-minute matches we used to play.
Yeah, this was just, par for the course back in the day. Anybody who's watching
Yeah.
Quake Champions has said that they wanted 10-minute duels. Well, here you are. Alright, so a lot of spam on the corners here. Again, more free items for Chance. And he's got his ability ready to go, so he can take pretty much a free attack against Dooi whenever he likes. He has to assume that Dooi, either hasn't left the room or... Oh, yeah, he's going to know now. Wow! The rocket to rail taking him down to 18 health. No more armor for him until he gets that pickup, and it's a good thing he did. Otherwise, he was completely railable. Chance coming back into it now that Dewey's left the room. And now Dewey's waiting for him on... Oh, he's coming up the stairs now. They're going to completely miss each other. All right. I'm going to completely crack pretty soon here. Wow. All right. So there's Armor to Mega. And again, he's making sure that the timing between those two is pretty tight. But there's the telefrag that he wanted for 10 minutes. 11 minutes. Oh, my.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, wow.
He really worked for that.
round begins in 3, 2,
We did it.
1, fight.
Here we go.
We
This
made
is-
it. We made it.
Let's see if Chance is able to get some early fights and just completely shut Dewey down here, as I'm sure he'll be completely incentivized to do.
That's got to be really frustrating for Chance. Let me just tell you, mentally, he needs to make sure he's not on.
This
He's
is
not
some
on tilt
serious
right now. He
gaslighting
needs
here. Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to be careful to keep his mind on the game, because I could easily frustrate somebody
All right, I'm
and
gonna.
get them like completely off their rocker.
I hope nobody hates me for this, but I'm gonna switch to Chance's POV. I think I'll be forgiven. All right, so Chance is looking for these rails. Dewey's gonna be down below. Interesting that Chance immediately looked at the teleporter exit, like it would have taken another 2 seconds for him to get there. You might be able to hear him up on the room, especially making a wall jump up there. Yep. He's ready for it, and Dewey doesn't know it. There's the ambush, but again, the ambush from Chance goes wide. The damage is really good. They're both incredibly weak. He can take the 225s at the top of the stairs, but with Mega up, are they going to clash there, or is... Well, he spammed off against it. That really kind of opened the door for Dewey to get out of there. Wow. So 3 seconds until Chance gets his Ghost Walk back. It's still Nix on Nix here.
Let's see if we can go for 20 minutes this time.
Yeah. I mean, before...
I kid. I kid, chat. I'm joking.
You think you're joking. I mean, the thing is that, I mean, that was both a 1-1 frag situation going into that overtime. And now... Oof. I mean, that was Ranger and Anarchy. It wasn't even Nix v Nix. I mean, it was Nix v Nix that got us to the overtime. But I'm betting that Chance is only going to be moderately aggressive until maybe the last minute here. I mean, he wants to make this clean. He wants to make sure that he can, go home tonight. I mean, he's probably home, but he wants to go to bed, I'm sure. But that's where these endurance matches come in. Got to be in it for the long haul. Bold strategy, just diving right down onto the rail, butt first. It worked. Dewey missed.
Chance is just got to try to read this guy, I guess, and get a good ambush. It's really hard though, because he's just walking everywhere.
Yeah.
But there's some plays I guess he can try to make. I mean, he's been trying obviously, but it's really tough with the ghost walk ability. And
yeah, I mean, the Nix v Nix play is to do enough damage to force your opponent to be the first one to ghost walk. If you're the first one to ghost walk, yeah, I mean,
Stopwatch.
it's cool that you're able to
Chance.
use it to secure an item. If you're the first one who can ghost walk and you force your opponent to, then yeah, you get the item. Great. You're not going to get the damage. so 3 minutes knocked off here. And their stacks are actually pretty even. Chance drops down as Dooi goes through the teleport. We hear armor's taken away. 2 seconds to Mega, and yeah, Dewey's not up there. Through the teleporter, Dewey's going to hear it. And there's the spam, and no rail from Chance there. But there's the Ghost Walk, and Chance was, well, not really ready for it, but he was ready to respond at least. He must have heard the pop at least.
Good, yeah, good attempt. I don't know if he heard it or not, because it seemed like he was pretty ready for it.
And it must be said that, you know, Chance is not going plus forward here because Dooi has proven that he can handle himself in those situations.
Yeah,
so
definitely
this is the
no way
reaction
just
to
be
that.
running in.
Yeah. All right, so Chance going silent. We've got armor taken by Dooi. Mega kind of in the hands of, of Chance, like 1 pip. That's great. But he's going to hear Dooi coming around that jump pad here pretty soon. Nope, okay. It's actually still down below. Missed the opportunity for the pickup, or rather the rail on the Mega. 3 seconds to armor, and Chance has put himself a little bit out of position in order to maybe make a scene on the armor. I mean, the scene happens, but they just trade damage there. 33, not bad.
Yeah, neither man looking to engage. It's
All right, final 20 seconds of our non-overtime play here. But this is the last round on Blood Run. All right, so there's Mega taken away. Armor in 8 seconds. Chance might be able to force Dooi off of it here. Yeah, I mean, Dooi knows that Chance is not at the point where he's trapping items, so if he sees one up, he's going to take it. And so far, they're avoiding each other enough. It's a nasty place to be. Dooi went Ghost Walk first, though. This... Oh! All right,
chances.
I got nothing for that. That was difficult to watch. It was like Chance dropping down and Dooi not dropping down, and then Dooi dropping down right at the end of that, and it was just... That was ugly. That was really ugly. However, it means that they both kind of whip things up a little bit, and once again, items are going to trade. 30 seconds into overtime, and now it is actually sudden death Nyx v Nyx. But Chance actually got Dooi to panic first and push his Ghost Walk.
He did, but he didn't get any real damage before the Ghost Walk,
Right.
and he had already taken some, and yeah, it wasn't in a great spot.
Was not ideal, no. There's Mega given away. Chance is looking for Dooi up the jump pad, but no, he's going to be ready for the rail. And there's the 225s to recover. And that's exactly what Dooi needs to be punishing. If he's able to get those initial shots, great. He cannot wait for the telefrag this time around, which he actually did.
I agree.
He actually needs to get some initial damage in and then trap some of these 25s.
He's got to follow it up with something.
All right, Chance is still being incredibly respectful here. So there's the rocket play. He's going to hear him up top by the armor, but Dooi actually goes down instead of coming up the stairs and preventing the pickup. Yeah, exactly.
You know, like he could have really, because he hit him with the rocket. He picked up the heavy armor. He got the kill. Oh.
Got them. Wow.
It's not working out that way so far. So we'll see how Chance comes back and adjusts. I'm wondering if Dooi throws him off. Maybe he just plays completely different. You know, he slowed him down on Blood Run. Maybe he speeds him up right now and catches Chance off guard. I'm not sure what he has up his sleeve. Yeah,
the opportunity to go Ghost Walk and catch an Anarchy is pretty nil here. Or relatively nil. I mean, you just have a lot more space to deal with. You're going to see a lot more of these rails. It's like, okay, Nyx goes Ghost Walk across Mega. I mean, that'll be cute. And so if Chance is feeling pretty confident on his rails, this could, you know, be a much faster match. I don't want to jinx it.
Round begins.
All right.
In 3.
So Dewey's definitely going to go Nyx right away. That's
Round 1.
clearly
Fight.
his champion of choice. And looks like Chance also went Nyx at the start.
Yeah, a bit of a quiet start there as they're trading around weapons and routing, trying to get some bearings on each other. In fact, it looks like nothing has changed since Blood Run. But no, there's the rails, and at that point, you know, there has to be some recovery there. I mean, Chance is even going paranoid, expecting there to be a Ghost Walk from Dooi. He's able to get the Mega, however, and now it's just going to be a hide-and-seek game. Well, thankfully for us, we can seek a little bit better than Chance can by way of our
you can
lead
hear
attacks. Yeah.
Chance uses Ghost Walk. You can still hear the teleporter noise, even though the person's Ghost Walked. So that's why he had that reaction the way he did.
All right, but Dooi was actually hanging out back over on the stairs. And the more that you see Chance is throwing out rockets, like, all right, where is he? Well, fine, as long as he's not taking my item. Dang, but he ends up taking a rocket anyway. That's the uncanny thing here, is that Dooi can just leave up the item, but then just smack him with a rocket or a rail coming out of it.
A little fortunate, got out of there with that heavy armor. He happened to grab it, you know, right after he got hit and was able to Ghost Walk, so he's in decent shape.
Yeah, I'm not sure where... I mean, there are counters to Nyx. I mean, I think Chance was looking for that counter before deciding on Sarnath. I'm not sure if Nyx is the best counter to Nyx. I mean, there are things you can do. You can certainly counter the Ghost Walk with another Ghost Walk, but it doesn't lead into a sure bet very often.
I think Visor's certainly a good pick. The counter in Nyx, obviously. I mean, and even to some degree, Clutch. But if they're not that great with, you know, the champion, and remember I was we were commenting earlier about having versatility of champion choice.
Yeah.
You know, based on map and situation. You know, it could pay dividends for you if you're well-rounded versus, you know, focusing on 3 champions or 4 champions.
And assuming Chance goes forward here, I mean, I'm sure all of his opponents are looking at how he's reacting to a Nyx and taking some notes. So you're right. You do need an answer for all the situations, and it needs to be a pretty decisive one. Oh, Chance just goes right past Dooi, but again, pulling a chance there as the rockets go wide. And Chance ends up getting the better end of that fight, really.
Yeah, he came out of that unscathed. Dewey's not in a good shape right now. Sneaking around very...
For all
oh
the places to, like, stand and look for somebody, that's not it. That corner is so, so exploitable. So it's going to be Dooi taking that frag.
Okay, one, you know, Dooi was taking a big risk just standing there. But a little... Again, that I'm wondering how much of the previous map and that whole thing is getting to Chance a little bit.
Oh, geez, that rocket, it even connecting at all is a little bit of a miracle. I mean, Chance didn't have a rail. He didn't really have a good reason to be up there, other than the hope that Dooi wasn't actually waiting for that shot. But as we've seen, Dooi is willing to wait quite a while for these shots. So there's armor taken. You can hear Anarchy up top. Dooi is expecting him down.
And again, Chance.
Nope, he's coming back into LG. But you can see that Dooi was making sure that he was getting behind the corner before Chance had an opportunity to dive in on him. As fast as Chance is, Dooi is doing some good footwork here.
Yeah, and Chance needs to be careful again with the champions he's chosen, or at least right off the bat. Again, he's gone light, so coming around these corners and getting ambushed is really going to hurt him.
All right, so 1 minute left here, and Dooi being up the 1 champ has the opportunity to avoid Anarchy here. And also interesting that Chance thought that the next pick against the Nyx would be the Anarchy. Where, I mean, Dewey's rockets would be just as much of a problem. Yeah, exactly. Nice. Oh, wow. That clutch ghost walk just to go invisible just as soon as that rail comes out. He loses out on the Mega, and this is way too risky to hold on to for 30 seconds. But it's not like Chance can take much damage either. He takes a super risky rocket jump just as Dewey's going down, and there's the rail. Chance finds him, takes him down. And I'm hoping there's a frag here in the next 15 seconds.
Oh, we're going to sudden death, baby.
Do you think Chance is going to be able to push this over? I mean, he was relatively low on health. He can take Mega now, but with 5 seconds left, Dooi can certainly hide with the ranger. No, it might happen here. There's the dire orb, but there's the sudden death, and there's Dooi taken down.
He didn't get it this time. Didn't get it this time.
Making it happen, yeah. I mean, that hallway is such a nasty place to be.
Yeah, you have nowhere. You don't have anywhere to go. So, good win by Chance there.
Round 2.
I keep forgetting that it's actually sudden death overtime now. You know, you don't get that solid 2 minutes anymore. You're dead. You're done.
Yeah, that's it. First frag.
Yeah.
And Dooi kind of got caught out there. You know, he really didn't have to be out there challenging for all that stuff.
Right,
I mean, he had to
totally.
ghost walk up. Right. He took the damage first and then used the ghost walk. It's like he could have just used it.
And then he stuck around. Yeah.
Full stack. Yeah, and then he stuck around to fight. I mean, I know he wanted that rail, but he should have had an escape plan for after he hit that rail.
All right, so Chance is railable here. This is super risky for him, but he managed to get the Mega. It's down to,
Yeah,
well,
he did.
railable once again. It's not going to last long on an Anarchy. Jeez, nice. Wow. Chance is taken aback by that. Like, really? That connected? Nicely done. Yeah, Dooi can find some pretty good angles here.
It's a good time to ghost walk for Mega.
Yeah. But he ends up getting
Unfortunately,
knocked
he missed-
off.
he
Yeah.
missed some-
Oh, and there's the rocket that finds him. This is where things could open up.
Good
However,
idea. Yeah.
Chance needs to be aware of this dire orb from Dooi. It's pretty damn good with it.
Yeah, he just good idea, but he came flying down there, and he missed those rockets, and he got knocked off. And good placement by Chance, to follow up and make him pay for the mistake.
And I'm certainly sure that Chance doesn't want to go another 3 minutes without a frag. He wants this thing in the bag for sure. He's very close. He's
Well, I'm
throwing
curious
off a
how
lot of spam.
Dooi. Yeah, I'm curious how Dooi approaches this now. I mean, there's
Yeah.
still a lot of time left, so he doesn't have to be overly aggressive early. But eventually, he's
There
going
will
to
be
have
that
to
point,
change
yeah.
his style of play.
10,
Alright, so there's armor taken away, and Dewey's waiting for the ambush with the dire orb. The dire orb goes wide, though, does not connect, and Chance can recover. Well, that rocket jump doesn't take him where he needs to go. But, hey, there's 225s there. It's not bad. And coming back up towards the top, it's 5 seconds to Mega, and Chance can technically get there in time. Dewey's going to know it just because Chance is being so loud on it. But Dewey's left it up. He's more focused on the response damage here, but that also means that Chance might be able to hold down the armor here pretty effectively. So now with the timing there pretty tight, Chance has the opportunity to just run these items.
Yeah, Dewey's really giving up a lot of map control to try to land these ambushes. And the ambushes are effective. At some point, you gotta recognize that you're trying to do a lot of damage, every time you're ambushing because you're giving up so much control.
stopwatch,
Oh, jeez. Alright, so Chance taking a dive down towards armor.
10,
There's a timing, there's the pickup. Still 8 seconds between them, not bad. So he can use these next 20 seconds to look for some damage on Dooi. Dewey's going to be pretty quiet, though. He's going to be down below. Chance should hear him. Oh. Just wondering why he didn't immediately spam down towards rail. Alright, but 1 second to Mega, and yeah, Chance leaving it up. He ends up getting a rail off of him. So that's somewhat worthwhile. Chance is railable, but so's Dooi here. I'm sorry, he's not railable. He's got a little bit of armor there. Oh, geez, great damage coming out of Chance.
Oh,
Now
he's
he's got
hurt.
to be feeling like, all right, I can push this, I can tilt him, I can finish this thing off. But look how sneaky he is. But you cannot be that sneaky when you're picking up the items. Dooi gonna get found under the bridge and taken on down. Only Anarchy left alive for him.
And he had that railgun out, so Chance heard the hum and clearly recognized where he's going with a well-placed rocket there for the frag. This guy, he's man now.
Yeah, one more rail will do
Dewey's
this.
going to be...
Yeah. Alright, but he's got some armor now. Yeah, unfortunately for Chance, so does he. Coming back up 100-100. It's just a couple seconds more into Mega. And Chance, I mean, he could have taken any route to it and just pushed Dooi over. The important thing is not losing this one here. Dewey's going to show up for the fight. He's throwing out a couple rails, but not quite connecting them just yet. A lot of whiffs going here, but they're quite outside of LG range. And they're both just really eager to finish this thing off, but they're going to have to back away. But Chance was able to get that Mega on time at least, and keep the timing on armor and Mega.
They were hoping one or the other would have a heart attack from all those missed rails going by them, I think.
Yeah, no kidding. That was just way too many. I mean, Chance actually had a little bit more of a reason to stay there just because he could have taken one and getting out of there probably without risking another shot. But Dooi just immediately taking the adrenaline and going for it. He wants it, but he's not going to get it. Alright,
Yeah,
so
had to
that's
make a
2-0
push,
there.
but he was running out of time. Yeah.
Prepare to fight.
Chance seems to definitely have a better handle on Dooi in
Round
the, on this
begins in
map, that's for sure.
3,
And Dooi,
2,
again, the play style
1.
change. You know, he's
Round
the
3,
map to map.
fight.
You know, what may have worked on Blood Run is not necessarily
Yeah.
going to work on Sarnath or some other maps. So
Absolutely.
he's
There's
gotta
just
make
too
some
much room on
adjustments.
those items to just sneak away with them. All right, so as we get started on match point here, and actually this will tie it back up for Chance if he can manage to get this one away from Dooi. He'll be an Anarchy here. He should be rather well loaded up as Dewey's just going to be leaving up Mega for the time being. Might be popping through the teleporter to get a little bit of an oblique play against Anarchy. And Chance still doesn't see it, doesn't hear it. He saw a rocket go right past him, I'm sure. But there's Mega still taken away by Anarchy.
Stopwatch.
yeah, neither's going to be able to run both right now. So I'm just kind of, again, I'm curious to see what Dewey's got up his sleeve here, because he's got to get that first frag. With the way he's playing, I mean, obviously the first frag for him is everything.
Right. And there are a lot of matchups, even more aggressive ones, where we can say that that's probably true. But with
Well,
these guys,
yeah,
it's
I mean, the first
definitely
frag.
the case.
But with his style of play is what I'm trying to get at.
Right.
He doesn't leave himself room to make a good comeback necessarily if he keeps playing that way.
Yeah, it'll be fun to see.
But he may
Dewey
not
versus
necessarily
Sang.
have to.
All right, so this should be good LG off of the jump pad, but he's going to need to follow up with some rockets here. This is barely not worth it. 32 health left alive for Dooi here. Chance is really low himself. It's going to be Dooi diving down for the armor. There's that 125, but it's that 25 is just bait. The one's up here a little bit
Dewey
safer.
just, unfortunately, he had a good angle there. He just missed the killing shot. He didn't get enough on him. I mean, I know he took some damage, but he was in position. Could have got a kill there. He just would have landed a little more cleanly with those rockets.
It's a good thing Dooi timed his ability there, otherwise he wouldn't have had any way off of that situation. As it stands, he's still down at 50 health. And he just, had a run of the items taking away a lot there. He doesn't have a lot to recover on at the moment. Chance is not really keyed into that, though. He's more focused on getting items. He's making sure that he's finally getting a pickup of the armor. And he's not finding Dooi where he's so weak, but he's back up in a corner. There are a few ways to get out of here cleanly. Let's see if Dooi can do it. There's the Ghost Walk. He's going to dive right back into Rocket Launcher, and Chance goes the other way with it. As they both come back into Mega Health, it just wasn't worth it. I mean, Dooi, he hesitated for just a fraction of a second, and I think that's what cost him there. He might have been able to push it forward and get the Mega Health. After that, it still probably would have been messy. He didn't have Ghost Walk or anything like that, so we'll see. Tries to go for the Hail Mary on the Dire Orb. Doesn't go his way, and that could be Dooi done here on Sarnath.
Yeah, the hesitation definitely cost him, and two, just going out there in the begin with is definitely not a good idea considering his stack and Chance's stack, and Chance had timing, so he was going right over there with the lightning gun. It wasn't good ground to be in.
If he didn't hesitate, if he was playing against anybody other than an Anarchy, he might have been able to make that. You could just see that, yeah, clean frag there. You could just see the little
Good
mental, hitch. It's like, do I go for this? Yeah, okay.